Well, good afternoon and welcome to the Idahoan Show. Today I just wanted to show you a little side project I've been working on. As you are probably well aware, if you're an AR-15 owner, there are a plethora of aftermarket components available for the AR platform. And so over time, as you upgrade this or that component on your AR or experiment with this or that variation, you tend to accumulate a stockpile of spare parts for your AR-15, and eventually it gets to the point where you could just about build a whole nother gun from the spare parts that you've accumulated. Now in this case, what I've built is not a complete firearm, but rather just a complete upper. The lower and the bolt carrier group that I have on here right now are borrowed from another gun to which I'm going to be returning them shortly. But I did want to put them on here for testing purposes. So as far as this project is concerned, what we've got here is a Foxtrot Mike 12.5-inch barrel in 223 that was left over from a caliber conversion that I did on a Foxtrot Mike bufferless upper. It's got an unusually long gas system on it for a barrel of this length. I'm not sure if that is a mid-length gas system or some proprietary length that was unique to their bufferless uppers. But I've paired that with an AR Stoner upper receiver and handguard, and then added a mid-10 reflex sight that was left over from a review that I did years ago. And as you can see, I got a little bit artistic with the receiver and handguard here. I was curious to see if powder coating would stick to a factory anodized finish. These, of course, ship from the factory with a black anodized finish. Normally, I powder coat things that are just bare metal, and it seems to adhere quite well to bare metal. Once I tried powder coating something twice. I powder coated it with one color and wanted to see if I could get kind of a camo effect by adding some blotches of other colors on top of the undercoat. And interestingly enough, powder coating doesn't seem to stick to existing powder coat at all, hardly. I mean, it'd flake right off when I tried doing that. So with just those two data points, I really wasn't sure what it would do with anodization, but it seems to stick very well. I mean, I haven't done any real aggressive destructive testing on it, but I mean, just hitting it with my fingernails, trying to scratch it, it's completely impervious to that, which if this was just gold spray paint, I think I probably could scratch it off with my thumbnail there. So it seems to be a good, strong, adherent powder coat. And I also experimented with mixing different colors of powder coat. This is a mixture of 4 parts Spanish gold to 1 part fire orange. Both prismatic powders, which I believe are distributed by the same company that makes Cerakote products. At least when I ordered some powder coating powders from them, it shipped in a box that had the Cerakote logo on it. So there seems to be a connection there. Anyway, mixing the powders seemed to work perfectly well. The Spanish gold color seems to be sort of a very refined gold, almost a little bit of a pale gold, but adding that little bit of fire orange gave me a nice bright, bold gold color, which is kind of what I was going for. I also like how the texture came out. If you can see, that has kind of maybe a beaten gold, or, well, it has some texture to it, which I think makes it look a little bit more rugged and would definitely help to hide any dings or defects in it as we actually use this thing. I wiped the powder off of the pick rail before I cured the powder, and so that's why the pick rail is a little bit darker, or pretty much still black. It did get a little bit of that gold residue on it, but I didn't want the thickness of the powder coating to interfere with the fit up of any optics that I would mount on that. And actually the black and gold contrast looks kind of cool anyway. So as an artistic experiment, I think this turned out really well. Now, as a functional experiment, I'm curious to see if this unusually long gas system that was designed for a proprietary bufferless upper will run on a normal pistol buffer. So to answer that question, I think we need to take it out to the range and put a few rounds through it. Got the mag loaded with Fiocchi 55 grain full metal jacket ammo. Seems to work okay. Now I've got some hand loads with VMAX bullets that should be better for destroying those water jugs down there. I like it. So there you have it. Fun little artistic side project. I guess one other functional element I should mention, on the slab-sided receivers like this, the brass deflector is, just this little protrusion, which as it comes from the factory just has a perpendicular cut behind the chamber. And occasionally I've had problems with brass hitting that flat surface and bouncing back into the chamber and causing a malfunction. So on this one, what I did is I machined a bevel on the brass deflector so that now I've got that 45-degree angled surface, and any brass that hits that is going to be deflected out away from the gun instead of back into the chamber. Incidentally, after firing a few rounds, that beveled surface still looks beautiful, hammered gold in color. So either the brass that we fired missed the deflector completely, or the powder coating is impervious to the impact of the brass. Either way, bodes well for the aesthetics of this gun. Now, I don't really know what my plans are for this upper. For now, I'll just hang on to it. Maybe eventually I'll get around to building a lower for it. Or maybe I'll eventually trade it off to finance one of my other projects. Who knows? Anyway, till next time, thanks for watching the Idahoan Show.